Good evening, afternoon, or morning to everybody. So, as it says in the description below, I am joined by Josh from Alien3D today, and we're going to be painting Loubie 3D's Sorceress model. You can get that on Cults 3D. Links are in the description of both of the streams that I've got running right now. Josh, you want to throw anything in at the beginning of this?
Hey everybody, Josh from Alien3D. I'm a dork now.
Yep, you look it.
I know,
And
right?
of course, it's frozen with your face, just with the glasses, just a very unimpressed face.
Awesome. YouTube hates
So,
me, my internet hates me.
Yep, I know the feeling. So I was thinking that I'm going to do kind of a reverse rub and buff. It's a method that I've used on regular models before, but not one that I've really done on a 3D printed model. And because the PLA holds the paint differently, it'll be an interesting experiment. The model didn't turn out totally perfect, for me at least. The hands are really difficult to print because they're so small, and the details are just so tiny.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
And then my printer had an issue with the overhang on the leg, so she's got a little bit of scarring back there. But other than that,
Wasn't she wearing a garter belt though? Maybe that. I don't know.
Yeah, the model turned out pretty good, considering it's not a resin print, but I do have the nice, perfectly flat bottom layer because of the glass bed on my printer.
You did, you brat. Rosa had me like show her 20,000 pairs of glasses before she picked which one.
Well, of course, she's got to make sure that you got the good ones.
Yeah, my arms are totally botched. Nice model.
Arms on mine came out really good. I was surprised because the overhang on the arms is steeper than the one on the leg, but the leg is the one that messed up.
She's totally got a broken pinky.
Yeah, Monkey, I broke down, and because I got my my Christmas bonus from work, I went ahead and paid for a month of StreamYard, see if it's worth being able to print or being able to stream on both locations. And it lifted the restriction on the number of hours that I can do in a month, so I'll be able to stream more often now.
Where else are you streaming to?
I'm streaming to both of my YouTube accounts, just because I know that not everyone who's subscribed on my 3D Tanny personal account is subscribed on the Made Tangible account.
Jenny. Hello.
Yep.
Do you have both chats open?
Yep. I've because since I'm running on the StreamYard, it brings in chats from both locations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that monkey. I laughed at it. Wow, this paint is really doing a good job of covering the PLA. I'm going to have to remember to use this one more often. And I should probably get my holding screw put into the base of this thing so that I'm not painting over my fingers a whole bunch. Welcome back.
I'm trying my DSL because my freaking hotspot is being stupid. Finally got my internet on the DSL working today after 5 days being out.
Hope they're compensating you for part of that, at least.
I should call them and yell at them.
You should. Might give you a free month. Jordan's saying that they can't hear you on stream.
What do you mean you can't hear me on stream? Turn your thing up.
I can hear him just fine.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you, Jordan. Devin, you shouldn't make any cupcakes for your students. Tell them to get a job and make their own. What's the pallet stand look like? I may not need a stand. don't know yet. So I haven't hooked it up yet. I need to get my Sidewinder fixed this week.
What do you mean turn on my hearing aid? I can hear just fine. I'm hearing everything. It's just Monkey that's not hearing everything. He should turn his hearing aid on. Oh, that looks really cool. So before the stream, I was doing a couple of experiments with the with a couple of different paints that I have, seeing if they would work on PLA. And one of them was a gold paint that I got from Home Depot, and you know, it's just like generic metallic paint, but it's a clear base that just has a whole bunch of like gold flecks in it, so it ends up not showing up on PLA very well. And when I rinsed the brush out, of course, a whole bunch of the little gold flecks was in the water. Now that I've got the black in the water as well, it looks like this like super dark gray, but when it mixes around, you can see the little gold flecks mixing around in it. It looks really cool. Not sure if the camera would be able to pick it up though, because the details are so tiny. Yes, Tanner3D, you should definitely turn on a printer or two. I'm sure that you guys can probably hear the Ziltech gear running in the background for me. I was trying to print a second Sorceress to paint just in case, but it ended up taking a bit longer than I had expected. But it should be done in half an hour or so. Maybe I'll have a second one. Hello, Julie.
I'm printing the 4th iteration of the project head base. Instead of bugging Ryan, I went ahead and modded it myself.
I ended up putting the camera that manages to focus. I ended up putting that on the arm that came with my microphone. So it's kind of cool. I can like move this camera around if I need to, see more detail or see different parts of the studio. Show off the cheap paint that I'm using. Waverly brand, straight from Walmart.
Sorceress needs a little more junk in her trunk. Oh, shush, babe. I'm using metallic wax to paint with, so it doesn't spread as easy as regular paint.
I did not, Julie. I haven't been looking at Twitter a whole lot today, and when I do look at Twitter, it ends up jumping past most of my feed because of the refresh. I guess I would call it a glitch, but Twitter calls it a feature. Where it just skips everything that happened since you last looked. It's really annoying.
I gotta take these glasses off every few hours. They're still giving me a headache.
Yeah, I hear that that'll happen for a few weeks until your eyes get used to being able to see, muscles relax in your head. Hello, 3D Medic Vince.
It must be in the other chat. I don't see
Yeah.
Vince or Julie talking in this chat. Actually surprised they didn't give me like trifocals. But they told me their biggest concern was because I'm on the computer so much. They just gave me office glasses.
Hopefully they didn't cost too much.
More than I would have liked to spend.
Yeah. Of course, what you'd like to spend on glasses would be nothing, right?
Well, I think I spent $75 for the eye exam and $154 on the glasses.
That's not too bad on the glasses part. I only had one eye exam and it was free. I think it was at MEPS. Yeah, pretty sure it was at MEPS.
Yeah, because, babe, you're a brand person. I don't need freaking Ray-Bans to stick on freaking lenses. They hold together. I'm happy. Do you remember what brand these were, though? I think they were like either Wrangler or something. Paying $200, $200 or $300 for glasses that are made out of the same exact material, just have a different name brand on them.
Made at the same factory too.
Yep. That's why I like that guy on shoot, what's that movie with Bruce Willis where they go to space
Armageddon?
to blow up that asteroid? Yeah,
Armageddon.
The Russian cosmonaut. Russian spaceship, US spaceship, it don't matter, all made in China.
I do like him. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. You ever heard of Evel Knievel? I do not watch Star Wars. Hey, Terry Do.
Hey, Terry.
Ryan is right. He did say all made in Taiwan.
Oh, yeah, all made in Taiwan.
Just got a few spots on her that are not quite dry yet. But this this black paint like really works well with PLA. I'm really glad that I picked that up. And I think this is just about the most expensive, cheap crap paint that Walmart carries. It's Waverly brand super premium high performance semi-gloss acrylic paint. And yeah, because there are two chats going, if anyone is watching this on the 3D Tanny YouTube channel, please be sure to check in the description for the Made Tangible YouTube channel, which is my businessy YouTube account where Wet Paint Wednesday will permanently be streaming. It's only temporary that I'm putting it on 3D Tanny so that everyone knows to go watch the other channel for the cool streams rather than just the random, you know, whenever streams.
I need more light.
Spreading out some of the wetter paint here so that I can help it dry a little quicker, since it's taking its sweet time. Need to set up my paint drying fan again.
That's what I like about painting with wax. You don't have to wait for it to dry.
With wax? Never painted with wax.
Yeah, it's all Rub and Muff is wax with metallic powder in it.
Huh. That's neat. Yeah, I'm not going to be using actual rub and buff. I'm using a technique called rubbing out, which I'll coat the entire thing in gold after I'm done with the black, and then I use a Scotch-Brite pad to just gently wipe away some of the gold. But the question is, should I do like bright shiny gold, antiqued gold, or should I do silver? No, Jordan, I am not doing hot pink.
They released The Mandalorian 2 days early this month or this week. Came out today instead of Friday.
I have not watched a single episode yet
Early.
because I don't have Disney Plus. I don't like streaming services that like their whole draw is just purely exclusive content, like no additional features or nothing extra actually for the user. It's just a delivery device to make extra money. Not a big fan of that platform, so I even canceled my Amazon Prime account because I won't pay for it. So everything's going to, oh well, we have this
Well,
show.
as much as I order stuff from Amazon, the free shipping really pays off for me.
Yeah, I've been ordering more on AliExpress than on Amazon lately. So I found that I don't mind waiting the extra couple of weeks for the stuff to arrive.
Yeah, I like my stuff arriving in 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has different preferences. I'm a penny pincher, so it's like I'll save the money and wait the extra time. Especially for project parts, because I've got so many freaking projects going on that, like, if I have to wait for 2 weeks for a project part to arrive, it's not like I'm not going to have anything to do. So I've still got, I've got a hypercube where it's only the frame, the outer frame assembled. I've got a 445 hypercube that's completely unassembled.
Yeah, I haven't heard back from the guy who ordered the hypercube for me yet, whether he wants to wait or whether he wants a refund.
Did Leslie say that we can't fulfill it right now?
Said something about hammer nuts and add leveling kit.
Oh yeah, I guess we might be low on those.
But do those come with just the frame though, not the full kit?
They come with
Because
they come with the frame kit. The full kit is like the electronics and everything too.
I didn't know if the bed leveling kit was an electronic thing.
No, it's I'm pretty sure that it's part of the frame kit. Yeah, I agree with you, Monkey. I don't trust AliExpress with my credit card info. I will only buy if I can pay through PayPal, because PayPal has the purchase protection, and if the item doesn't arrive, then I get a refund, whether AliExpress likes it or not. Viking, I honestly don't really recommend a hypercube. They are a pain in the butt to assemble. The print quality can be iffy because a lot of the parts are 3D printed, and there's you know, it's just not as good if you've got 3D printed bearing mounts. If you can get the metal bearing mounts, then that would be better. But yeah, there's just a lot of give in the whole system. So the gold came out kind of dark because it's a less dense pigment. I kind of like it though. What does the chat think? Should I put on another layer of gold and make it a brighter gold, or should I leave it this darker gold and just buff that one? You assume that I know your answer, Monkey, but I do not. Do you think I should go more gold?
He thinks you should do a hot pink.
Well, he's wrong, so that's okay. Oh, it's primed black, Michael. I used this Waverly brand super premium paint for the primer. It's got a really dense pigment, and it's some sort of a it smells like some sort of an acrylic epoxy base. So I figured it would stick pretty good. Yeah, Michael, I've been painting minis since I was like 12, so I know a lot of tricks for getting colors to pop a little bit more. This is the first time that I'm using this this particular paint for a primer, though. So the gold came out just slightly darker than I was expecting. Oh my gosh, Timothy, that looks amazing. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring this picture up because Timothy just sent me a message. with a really cool mug.
Timothy Harkness.
Yup.
I like his videos because he always does alien-themed videos.
Yeah, you know Roswell. So check that out.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
like it.
Do you have it made, or do you sell those?
Timothy Harkness made that, so I assume that he sells them. And if he does, then I would certainly be interested in getting a few. And maybe I can give those away as just fun stuff at the end of streams and things like that. Hello, Paul. I think I'm going to go for a second coat of gold on this, just for the hell of it. Shoot, I forgot to dry my brush. That's right.
Vikings so far, my eyes really haven't adjusted fully yet, so I can't. It's like, from what I read online, if you're not used to having glasses, your eyes are used to working harder, and so it's like my eyes are still trying to overcompensate me not being able to see clear, so it's kind of messing with my vision.
Yeah, one of those things where you just kind of gotta stick it out and eventually get
Yeah,
used to it.
until my eyes adjust and realize they can be lazy again. That's all really glasses do, is they make your eyes lazy. So they don't have to work as hard. And I'm all about laziness.
Hello, Heather.
Hey, Mafia boss.
You'll be happy to know
How's
that
World of the Pink Mafia doing?
you'll be happy to know that Jordan tried to get me to paint this in hot pink, but unfortunately, I am going for gold and black aesthetic for this particular project. So maybe I'll do the next one in hot pink. So the other Sorceress finished, the one that I had resliced with slightly different orientation to try to avoid the scar tissue on the back of her leg, and unfortunately it just looks like garbage. I am so far not super impressed with the gear. Not sure if the cooling is too high or if the temperature reading is off.
Heather, what do you mean you miss us? You're the one that took vacation off of the ketchup.
Yeah.
As if Christmas is important and stuff.
Timothy, the Nine Tails is on my list of things to print, but I don't remember who it was that was going to be painting it with me. Josh is painting this one with me because the person who I had originally planned on having on was not able to attend. So Josh is kind of a stand-in because, you know, I know that he doesn't do anything important on a Wednesday night.
I was second choice.
Yep.
Heather, you and Travis got to come on Alien After Dark Sunday with ugly sweaters. Make an appearance.
I agree with that statement.
I got a moose costume and I ordered an alien ugly sweater off Amazon.
Nice.
Looks like Walmart this year, it seemed like they didn't have as many ugly sweater and onesie costumes as they usually have. They were rather plain and unexciting this year. Jordan, you're not allowed to go out of town. I have spoken. Viking, did you watch today's episode of Mandalorian?
All right, that I think is perfect. So now it actually turned out more of a kind of a rich bronze than gold, and I kind of like that. Oh, Michael, check in the description. If you're on the 3D Tanny channel, check in the description. I do have the stream going on 2 separate YouTube accounts. My 3D Tanny one, which is my my personal account that I just kind of do random streams now and again. And then Made Tangible is the name of my like custom print and paint business that I am trying to get going. And that's where I do the actual Wet Paint Wednesday streams. So that's why you might be confused about why there are, why I'm like responding to things that you can't see.
Ugh. I think some people are on both of the chats.
Yeah, definitely sounds like I'm talking to myself. Yep, not a bad turnout. I'm pretty happy
God,
with it.
this lady's hands. The lady's hands look hideous.
Yeah, they do not turn
Maybe
out on. Yeah, FDM just is not quite there.
Maybe I'll cover her hands with cotton and paint the cotton blue like she's casting a spell. Oh, Llama streaming too? I forgot to ask him how shoot, what's his name that gave away the Chimera?
Daniel something.
No. Shoot, what was his name? I don't know, but Llama won a Chimera, and somehow he was able to buy it from me. Directly. I don't know if the guy just sent him the money or what. No, he wait. He's mounting the Chimera, so he's got two. Cause the one that he bought for me, I just sent out today.
I'm really hoping that USPS comes through quickly so that I can reorder mine. That is so annoying. If they reject it, I'm going to be very upset.
They can't really reject it.
Well, they could reject it because it, quote unquote, hasn't been long enough. But
I mean, in the end, they're gonna have to refund you if they don't find it.
yeah, not sure if they'll refund me the full amount because it was over $100 and the standard insurance is only $100. But they'll probably refund me $100 flat. I'll just have to eat part of it and order another one.
Oh, okay. He got one from his brother.
Lucky jerk has 2.
I think I accidentally printed this in 0.3 layer too. So I've been printing things at 0.3 to get the December project parts printing a little quicker. Since I've had to print so many iterations.
Hello, Tim. Or Jim, sorry. Bad with names. I knew it was an M. And Greg. Yeah, everyone driving, please drive safely. Please don't chat while you're driving. Keep those phones down. Yeah, those arms and fingers are pretty thin. Really difficult to print on FDM, but it came out okay. The only thing that didn't turn out good is the back of the leg there. That kind of frustrates me
I
because
see people get super detail on FDM, and I don't understand how they do it.
just a lot of patience and tuning and modifying the printers to be just right. I think that the problem with the Ziltech gear is that it has two like radial blower fans for the part cooling, but neither of them are ducted. They're just fans that are set at an angle. So I think a duct for those would be really beneficial.
Which is why those two holes would come in handy that you don't get rid of.
Yeah, I told him not to get rid of those, especially since the fans are not going to be ducted. And he was insistent that they will not change that part. Like, they're not going to have ducts on them. Now I'm just kind of gently going over this with just a generic Scotch-Brite pad, and just rubbing off some of the gold paint, exposing the black underneath. Yeah, Greg, I'll be printing the Loubie chess set as well, and yeah,
Loubie
it
made a
is
chess set?
yeah, it's a dragon based, and it is pretty incredible.
Definitely have to check that out.
And CNX, I'm glad that we inspired you to start painting, because it's a lot of fun, and you can make a lot of really cool stuff with it.
Yeah, I have to say that, like when I was painting the Iron Man, it was very calming.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a meditative activity for me. And I'm still working on this Mimic Mini. This is a pre-made one. It's either from Reaper Minis or from what is the Wizards of the Coast brand, Whiz Kids or something. Nulzers, that's what it is. Yeah, it's either a Nulzers Mini or a Reaper Mini. I can't remember which one.
The only bad thing about concentrating on painting, it's a very silent stream.
Yeah, that's. I was hoping that I'd be able uh, to play music in the background, but apparently that comes through really loud, so I don't want to overwhelm the stream.
We can sing.
I think that I might be banned from YouTube if I did that, just on the merits of my singing capabilities. We need a third non-painting host. A shot caller. Yeah, I'd be banned from the internet, says Viking. You are very likely correct. I would just be shut down. Someone would come take my computer away.
Another thing I'm starting to like about using wax to paint with is that it's filling in the layer lines. I do it just straight.
Yeah, the layer lines filled in really nicely on this with that black paint that I used. Let's see if I can fix the focus on this. There we go. Like, there's a few places where they're visible, but for the most part, they kind of disappeared.
I don't know what's up with StreamYard comments tonight, but it's not scrolling new messages.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Hello, Bill's 3D Enigma.
Hey, Bill.
Based on the profile picture, is that pie burner? No, Jordan. If there's more than one person streaming, then it can either be the host is large and everyone else is small, or it can be the divided like this where it cuts off the sides, or it can be the three smaller rectangles where it shows the entire feed.
There's a divider for it's like the second or third one over that takes it off the full half.
Yeah, this one here where it shows both of our full inputs, but then the actual video from each of us is a little bit smaller. And then if there's a third person, then it gets even smaller. So and Timothy's asking if you got that R2 or R5 built yet.
No. Not even close. I haven't printed any new parts for it in quite a while. Because I've been having nothing but issues with my large format printers, which are both down right now. Until I get the hot ends unclogged. Hey, shenanigans.
Hey, Sean. How's it going? I need to redesign 3D Maker Noob's Chimera mount for the Sidewinder, because he has it designed for these specific nuts that he that he has, that you can order, but in the US it takes forever to get them because they don't sell them directly from the US. They have to be shipped in.
Even Masami doesn't have them?
Well, that's the thing. They don't have them in the US. And everywhere that I've found the ones that are the right size, because they're the ones that he designed it for, are super thin.
Masumi's a U.S. company. Well,
I thought they were based out of Japan.
well, they probably are based out of Japan, because I have gotten some shipments from them that had an Asian language on them, but when you go to their website, they say their warehouse is in the U.S.
Yeah, I didn't see any that were the right size. They're all the standard width. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the one that he has or the one that Noob designed, and just cut a slightly larger rectangle out of the side, so I can stick in whatever nuts I have, because I've got a lot of nuts.
Nobody wants to hear about your nuts.
I've got so many. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed when I printed it out and I tried to put one of these in, and it just would not fit. I'm like, what the heck? Why is it designed with these ridiculously thin nuts that no one has? Must have worked out a sponsor deal with them. Sell those specific nuts. Yeah, Greg, I've not had very good luck with Prusa Slicer either. Some people swear by it, but
Really?
yeah, I don't know what setting I have wrong, but I use the default profile, and it just looks like garbage. The print just is a big flabby mess. I've changed a bunch of different settings, and I've gotten it a lot closer to good, but all of the settings that I tweak, it either gets it a little bit closer to good, but then if I tweak it too much, then it starts getting worse again. So I have to set I've probably gone through 2 kilos of filament just trying to get a good benchy out of Prusa Slicer on either my i3 Mega or my Sidewinder, and none of them have come out good. So I've just been sticking with Kira, because I know the settings in Kira. I know if I change a setting what it's going to do. And in Prusa Slicer, it's they use really similar names, but when I tweak it, it does not do the same thing. Line width between Prusa Slicer and Kira, not the same mathematics at all. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of S3D either. I do have a copy of the program, but I don't use it because,
Yeah, if I knew they were gonna do what they've done, I never would have bought it.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't have a lot of the features and a lot of the quality tweaks that that Kira has, and so it's just not worth using because the prints will never be as good as I can get in Kira.
See, I switched off Cura about a year and a half ago because I got better. I was getting crappy print for these Easter eggs,
Yeah.
and somebody suggested S3D, so I went and bought S3D, and the eggs printed perfectly. And I was like, sweet, I like the slicer. And then they pulled their freaking BS, and now I hate them. And well, I'm not gonna say I hate them. Hate's a strong word, but I disagree with their choices and no longer support them.
Yep. Not a good company.
And when I got my new PC, I didn't even install it.
Yeah, I don't have it installed either.
Your Ender profile, I think it's been doing fine. I've got no complaints. But I'm sure there's something I could do to tweak that. I'm too lazy to do so. I just feel like once I got into SLA printing, it's like I don't even care about the quality of my FDM prints anymore. I just use them to rapid produce stuff.
Yeah, I need to get my resin printers back, like badly.
I mean, the cause of my death will probably be resin toxin, but
Well, I mean, it'll probably be the resulting diseases and cancers that come because of the resin toxicity.
yeah. But I mean, I gotta die someday.
Let's see.
E3D has a new slicer? I didn't even know about it.
I will have to give it a. I'll have to give it a go. I'm always open to trying new things, which is why I have tasted some really strange foods.
I should probably know these things since I sell E3D products. Oh, that reminds me. I had somebody message me on my website saying that they couldn't find any instructions on how to flash firmware on the Sidewinder. Is it
It is kind of a pain.
Than...
Yes, because if you're going to flash it directly from the Arduino program or from VS Code or something like that, then you have to unplug the LCD screen from the main board and then flash it and then plug the screen back in and reboot, because the screen kind of, it takes over the SPI connection, I think, and kind of prevents it from working properly. I'm not 100% sure on all the details there. I just know that when the screen's plugged in, Arduino cannot figure out how to upload the firmware. Otherwise, ways that it can possibly be done is if you export the firmware as a hex file and then plug it in with USB and upload the firmware from Cura, then it will then it'll upload just fine even with the screen plugged in. I know that I've done that on multiple printers with touchscreens. Yeah, that's a common issue with touchscreens, is that they prevent the standard COM plug from uploading a firmware.
Yeah, Greg, while it is toxic and people should...
Well, it's not so much that it's toxic. The issue with resin is that it's what's called a sensitizing toxin. So the more you are exposed to it, the more likely your body is to have a severe reaction. And that's the issue, is that you could be exposed to it 100 times and have no issue, but then you get a little drop on you, and like the guy with the blisters on his leg, your body just freaks out, and you end up with, really, really painful reactions.
Beep, 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 beep.
And yeah, if you get resin on you, do not walk out in the sun until you have scrubbed yourself clean, because that's a bad idea, because that will leave you some burns. And it will increase the rate of sensitization to the materials. So I think since I've got that done and it's all dry now, I'm going to move that to the side. And at the end of the stream, I will be giving away the Sorceress. So if you are interested in receiving the painted one, then hang around.
I'll give mine away too.
Cool.
Even though mine's not. When I die, it may be worth something one day.
So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and continue working on this guy, because he's pretty awesome. Let's see, I'm going to turn autofocus back on. So I'm going to want some pearly white, some bronze maybe, some carnage red. Let's see. Let's use this guy. This one here. And this one here. And what does chat think about the eyes? Should I make them blue, green, or yellow?
Hey, Mike. Yeah, I wore it out today. Posted on Twitter with my new glasses in it. I think Rosa fell asleep on me.
Probably. Now, a fade between green and blue would be really difficult on the eyes because they're just so small on this model. I mean, these eyes are like less than a millimeter wide, so it's going to be a pinpoint detail. Don't think I'll be able to do a fade on that, unfortunately.
Why are you so quiet, babe? What you doing?
And Monkey, there will be hot pink on this model because of the gum line and the tongue and stuff. So no, you don't get your hot pink eyeballs. Ain't gonna happen. Paul says yellow. Where did my off-white go?
Mm-hmm.
I seem to be missing my off-white bone color. That makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's silver. Oh, phooey. What the heck? My bleached bone white is gone. Thought I still had some. Oh, yeah, I did. It wasn't in the box. All right. Here, box because I'm not going to use you. All right, let's see.
Hey, catch you later, Jordan.
Later, Jordan. You slacker. Leaving on us. I do need the brown. Where did my harvest brown go? I haven't seen anything with sailfish on it anymore.
Did Wexter put out a new mini Santa Viking, or? Or did I miss it in my downloads file? It's one from after. Must have missed it in my downloads file then. Because I thought I downloaded all of his files.
No, I like that. Added just a little bit of yellow to the polished bone white, so the teeth have this like gnarly, diseased kind of look to them. All right, now let's give him some gum disease, shall we? Entrail pink. No, he's a mimic. He doesn't brush his teeth. Maybe I'll do a couple of like dark brown spots on it just to give him some cavities. That's why he's so grumpy. His teeth hurt. And of course, Jordan left, so he gets to miss his dream of hot pink going onto a mini. I can't wait for the technology to get here where we can just like share exactly what we're seeing.
I'm sure if you stuck a little camera on your face and pointed it towards what you're looking at and then streamed it that way.
Yeah, but cameras don't quite pick up all the detail. And the color's always just a little bit off.
This depends on how much you spend on your streaming camera too.
True. Sounds like Rose is trying to get a hold of you.
She's being a brat.
I don't think you have my phone number, Rosa, so I don't think that you could.
She could play you up on Twitter.
It's true, but I've got Twitter muted right now.
I think I'll make her lips gold too.
That Ender 3 still going strong.
Yep, I gotta do a hot swap here shortly. This roll that oozes almost out.
Damn it. hate it when paint nozzles clog. There we go. Poured out a bit more than I was wanting to, but that's okay.
I'll be right back. Bathroom break.
All right. So putting this out there to the people in Chatland, does anyone know of a system or program that will allow me to easily have guests on and play music in the background at a controllable temperature. Because I wanted to have music, but in testing before the stream, it was apparently really loud, even though I had the volume on the music tab turned down. Because I'd like to kind of, you know, break up the silence a little bit. So I know that it can get a little bit boring watching me just sit here and paint super tiny details on a mimic. So I'd like to get rid of the silence, but still be able to talk over the music when I need to, and have people be able to hear me and respond and such. So if anyone knows of any service that will allow that, then let me know. Hey Josh, I can see a frozen frame of you, but I don't hear any audio coming through. And there you went. And here he is again. Hello again.
Hola. Stupid internet.
Yeah, that's some pretty crummy service.
Like, my jetpack used to be fine, but even it's been going to crap lately. I need to just stop being cheap and pay the $1,500 to have cable installed.
Yeah, long term, that would be the best solution. Or get a different house that actually has the cable already there.
Yeah, because that'd be cheaper.
Well, you never know. If you sell the place that you're in, then How's your sorceress coming along?
She's getting there.
Nice.
I used a lot of wax to fill in layer one.
Yeah. I went for a really quick and dirty method on mine. Paint it black, paint it gold, rub off a little bit of the gold, done.
There's a couple spots on there that are really pain in the ass to get to.
Mike, I've not heard of either of those programs, but I will take a look at those after the stream. Oh, there we go. I like that. That looks really cool in the shade. Perfect. let's do some metallics on here now. So I had a cat whisperer moment today.
What?
There's a stray cat that has been going around the neighborhood, and he's kind of the rough and tumble type. You know, he's missing part of an ear. His tail's about 1/3 missing. Gets into fights a lot, chews up other cats, stuff like that. And the trailer park manager was like, "We need to get this cat and at least get him fixed so that he's not, you know, causing more kittens in the neighborhood. Because the last thing we need is more stray cats." And I've interacted with the cat before, like, you know, I've picked him up and pet him and stuff, and he just liked me because I thought that he was our cat, because he looks exactly like our cat, except his paws are not, he doesn't have like the little white socks on his paws. And so my mom was like, "Hey, could you try to do that again and try to get him into a cage?" So I just like kind of walked over to him and, you know, put my hand out, and he just came right up and, you know, picked him up and started petting him and set him in front of the cage, and he just kind of walked in, like, you know, barely gave any fuss at all.
Okay.
You know, first he tried to get out, and he just like, "No, I don't want to go in the cage." But then I just kind of like held him there in front of the cage, and he just kind of was like, "Oh well, okay," and just stepped right in. He wasn't happy once the cage closed, of course. That's when he was particularly irritated.
Hopefully, I don't put him to sleep.
No, they're like, at most they plan on a catch and release just to get him fixed. Make sure he doesn't have, like, you know, any feline diseases that might cause issues in other cats. So we don't want a feline AIDS epidemic over here. That would suck. Could you imagine if mimics existed in real life? How freaking terrifying that would be. Just like one day you have 2 chests of drawers and you're like, what's going on? And then the second chest of drawers just eats you.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very fun.
No, it would not. Let's see, let's fix up some of the overpaint. There. 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 Just a tiny bit there. Bill's 3D Enigma, to answer your question from a little bit ago, I am using, these here are Reaper paints, the MSP and Core series. You can find that at reapermini.com. Focus on, there we go.
I'm using metallic luster. They're basically a rub and buff. They're a wax with metallic powders in them. Though this one, this precious metal ones, is an actual paint, very liquidy paint with metal flakes in it.
Reaper's always kind of been my go-to for doing minis. I like the bottles, the little squeeze out half-ounce bottles. They're just, you know, convenient. Their pigments are always really, really dense, so you get super good color with even a single layer.
Yeah, I like using wax paints because they're basically like a dry brush.
Yeah, I'll have to get some of the wax paints and try them out.
And like a little goes a long way.
Yeah. And then
I got these at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, don't shop at Hobby Lobby.
Why not?
Because they are gay-hating and women-hating assholes that refuse to give their employees insurance that covers things like birth control. Paul, they do not. It has been a really, really long time since I've seen the little metal skulls. I know that you can still buy them individually, or not like individually. You can buy like, 10, 15 packs of them and put one in there, but there is no there's no shaker in the jars. It's just the paint. I wish they did still do that because it would make it a lot easier to shake, but what do I know? I'm just a consumer.
Don't you love when companies just do whatever the heck they want and don't listen to the consumers?
Yep. And unfortunately, I've not found a brand of paint that I like more than Reaper paints. Like just the quality of the paint is so good that I can't justify going and buying other brands because I don't like other brands. They just do not work as well. grab. I want red ink.
Where are you? There we are. Oh, son of a biscuit.
Hello again, Sean. Also, Devin, $15, what? Yeah, Bill, if you want to paint 3D prints, then I definitely recommend a solid primer. Today I tried this one from Waverly. This is just something that I found at Walmart. This stuff filled in the lines really well on the Sorceress, but it didn't lose any of the detail. And the pigment in it is super dense, so it like one coat and it was it was a dark black. I got this in white, gray, and black, so I could try the three different tones. But this went on extraordinarily well.
Welcome back, Sean.
And this is the ink color, and it's just super dark. So definite recommend there.
All right, I'm gonna show off my model first, and then I'll go check your message, Sean.
Very nice.
Come on, focus. Here we go. Look at them layer lines. Oh my goodness.
Yep. Try to find some of this Waverly stuff at Walmart, Josh. That's what mine looked like before I put on the the primer on. And now mine looks like this. Like you can see a few of the layer lines, but they largely melted away.
I like my Iron Man better.
I do like that. That looks really cool.
Oh well. I suck.
Yeah, it looks good. So you said that you wanted to give yours away as well?
Yeah, I'll give mine away as well.
All right, so how should we do this? I want to clear some stuff out of the way so I can get my keyboard. Is Nightbot still banned?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it in the chat yet, so I'm going to assume yes. So I did have it watching my stuff.
Sean, that's so funny.
All right, you all will have to excuse that this one is still kind of clickety-clackety. I have not been able to put on the rubber rings yet, but that right after stream, that is what I'm going to do. Let's see. I do have this running on both of my channels, so I am going to allow people from both. Let's go to Ninja Picker. All right, so if you are in chat, and you would like to win the Sorceress from me, let's go for, what should the keyword be? Keyword should be lazy. Type lazy in chat, and I will add your name to the picker list. I will share my screen just to show that I am doing it fairly. I brushed that on 100%.
How many people are even in here?
Probably not many. Maybe I should tweet that I am doing the giveaway. Oof, I cannot type tonight. Really? No one else wants to win my it's just gonna be Mike. Keyword is lazy, L-A-Z-Y. Alien3D. Hey, Llama. About time you showed up, you slacker.
Llama.
We painted the Loubie 3D Sorceress, and we are going to be giving it away. Both Josh and I are giving ours away. If you'd like to win this beautifully painted Sorceress, painted professionally by myself, then type lazy in the chat. And I may also give away the Mimic. Just kind of depends on how I feel about it after it dries. Sean, I'm giving away the Sorceress that I painted. And if you type lazy in the chat, then you can be entered to win it.
Llama, how'd mounting the Humera go?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and roll between these three.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, Pie Burner, Bill's 3D Enigma. Go ahead and shoot me a message on Twitter of where I should send that. And then for aliens, how do we like the keyword slow?
Look, mister. I did a lot more detail work on mine.
You did. Okay, maybe
slapped a couple coats on and called it good.
Maybe we'll have your keyword as steady instead of slow.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yes. All right. Slow or steady, either one. And I agree, Adam. Water just needs some tea and sugar, and it's wonderful.
Wait, what are you talking about? Whoever wins mine, I'm sorry it sucks.
It does not suck. It is very pretty.
And for those wondering, yes, I'm cleaning my brushes with spit.
You should not do that.
Why?
Because it doesn't clean them very well.
Oh, wax it does. It's just
No,
like water.
with wax, you should use warm water to wash them out.
Oops. I should take pictures.
I think that there is quite a lag of between StreamYard and YouTube right now.
Yeah, I think so too. It's okay.
Some people seem to have a shorter lag than others. Hey, Carson.
Carson, hurry up and type slow or steady.
Yeah. We're giving away the painted prints that we did, like so. And Bill's 3D Enigma, aka Pie Burner, won mine, and I'll get that shipped out probably tomorrow. And then
2 years from now.
You hush. It only takes a long time if it's going to Canada. All right. Everyone's got a 25% chance in this one, because apparently no one likes our art, Josh. No one wants to win it for free.
That's okay. There's probably only 4 people watching, anyways.
Probably.
So all 4 people are in the winning.
Ding!
Adam in 3D.
Adam in 3D. Go ahead and hit Josh up on Twitter to give an address, unless you already have it, because is he a UFO?
Adam,
So,
you are Adam in 3DEE, right? Did I upload my alien saucer extruder anywhere? No. Does anybody want it? I will.
Yes, I absolutely do want it.
Beep, 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 beep.
So it will probably not show up on camera very well. But because oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, it's showing up. Yay. So because there was a little bit of gold glitter in the water that I used to do the wash on this, it's all glittery. I love that.
Adam, if you send it to me for the Earth Care package, then I'll just stick it in the Earth Care package when I send them out.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Jonathan, whoever you are. I'm telling Ryan you have a guy over.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. This would be great in a D&D game.
I need to find good quality D&D minis to print. I didn't like that one guy you showed me.
Oh, sounds like a personal problem.
Well, they just weren't that cool.
Oh, see, that's the difference between a D&D player and you.
I like cool stuff.
Well, they are cool if you understand D&D. Oh,
I
come on,
do understand D&D. But I like higher quality stuff.
Oh, there we go. I really like how this one turned out. That looks really good.
Or I was just looking at the wrong page of his.
Now I need to take this and put a sealer on it. Put a sealer on her as well so that she doesn't lose paint in the mail. And Josh, if you have a clear
Yeah, I bought
spray,
some
then
clear coat today that I'm gonna.
yeah,
spray
definitely
on.
recommend throwing some of that on her just to keep the paint in place.
Adam, I'm leaving the bottom ooze.
And I'm leaving my bottom purple with a screw hole in it because that's how I hold prints to paint them.
You don't get a screw hole from me.
So yeah, thanks for joining me, Josh.
Thanks for having me. Even though I was second choice, you jerk.
Hey, you were first of the runner-ups, man. I asked you before I even asked Devin, and she's like my bestie. So, you know.
Yeah, but you've had Devin on here.
Yeah, that's why you were first of the runner-ups.
You know what's weird about these glasses? They're invisible bifocals. So every once in a while I look at something at just the right spot and it's like weird.
Yeah, like magnifies it 1,000 times.
No, it like does this like dizzy blur thing.
Ooh, autograph. That's a great point there.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll autograph mine as soon as I find my Sharpie. I think it's out in my mailing stuff.
Yeah, I'll autograph mine in silver because I have a silver pen.
I don't have a silver pen. I've got black Sharpie. But I think it's out in my mailing area where I pack shipments.
There you go, guys. It is autographed by the artist.
I need to go get a silver pen now, damn it.
You do, and they're really cheap at Walmart. Just the Sharpie,
cool.
the crappy Sharpie brand ones. These things work so great on everything. At one point, I actually had the clicky keyboard. I had it completely covered in silver, except for just like the keys were left alone. Oh yeah, got to put the date on there too. Let's see, what is today? 12/18/19.
Now when I die, it'll be worth twice as much.
There you go. Autographed and dated. And very shiny on the bottom because I've got a glass print bed. Yeah, he always does have a silver Sharpie so that he can sign people's purses when he's out and about.
When I was at Orlando Maker Fair, me and Joseph just chilled and talked quite a few times. Where we had the Prusa party, he was complaining about the food to me. He's like, man, this food sucks. I'm like, yeah. He's like, usually we got cater. This place sucks. It's pretty funny.
All right, so y'all want to see the sword that I designed?
Not really. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Fuck
kidding.
you, then.
Show it.
I know Devin's got it printed, and she is doing. She's going to be doing a video on it. Let's see. Let's share screen 2.
Carson, tell Ryan not to be mad at me, but I had to mod his base again.
So, here is the sword that I designed, calling it Evening's Glory. I'm actually pretty proud of it because I just I took a picture that I liked a sword in, and then just kind of designed it by hand from there. Let's see, I can.
There's things you did on there that I don't know how to do.
Like what?
The blade.
That was actually just a simple chamfer. Yeah, that was just a simple chamfer. Let's see, not that one. This one. So what you do is you do 2 distances, and then I chose one that was just longer, and chose that one as like just enough to get it to the middle, and then that that did the whole blade thing. So that's how to do that. And it'll, I think there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 parts total. So the handle is 1 part. Then the crossguard is split in half, and you can just print it twice to glue it together. Then the blade is the base part, and then the body is just the same part repeated over and over again. On mine, I printed it. I did 4 of the longer parts, and which are 150 millimeters each, and then 1 90-millimeter part before the tip. And altogether, it was and then there's a rod space that goes down the middle, so you can put in a metal rod or you know, however you want to do it, a dowel of some sort, to keep it all together. And the total length of that was 1135 millimeters in this construction. And of course, you can make it shorter or longer depending on your preference of how you want to do it. Yeah, I'm going to be printing it in silk blue from Ziltech, and then silver from Color Fab down the blade. And that'll go up on Colts 3D and Gumroad. I think I'll charge $2 for it. Yeah, I actually stayed up all night last week on Tuesday or Wednesday. I just stayed up all night and just completed this whole thing in one night. Probably spent like 6 hours just fine-tuning every little thing on it. And then at Devin's request, I did, like on the crossguard here, it was just an empty space in the middle there. And she said that I should have an insert for that so that people can have like a different colored star in the middle of it. So I did that. And she's going to print that, I think, in in purple for the handle, and then silver for the middle, and then I don't know what she did for the blade.
It reminds me of Sailor Moon.
Yeah, Adaman says that it has a She-Ra feel to it, and what's funny is that it does have a very She-Ra feel to it, but here's the
old She-Ra or new She-Ra?
both. I mean, but that's the original picture that that inspired it was My Little Pony fan art.
My little pony, my little pony.
And yeah, that's how I did that. I was pretty happy with how it turned out.
All right, sir. It is almost 11:30. I need to crash.
Yep.
My client's gonna hate mail me in the morning because I didn't work today.
Well, I mean, meh. Well, go ahead and let everyone. I'm sure that everyone here knows who you are, but
Pretty sure everybody here knows who I am, but if anybody's watching the video afterwards who doesn't know who I am Josh from Alien3D. I sell 3D printers, 3D printed parts, 3D printing accessories, filament, monthly mystery boxes, and I'm just an all-around cool alien. Thank you for having me, Tanny.
absolutely glad to have you.
Oh yeah, alien3d.us.
Yes, links in the description below. And I am Tanny, aka 3D Tanny, aka Made Tangible on Twitter. I do Wet Paint Wednesday every other Wednesday, you know, barring emergencies and not being able to find a replacement. But yeah, I hope to see you all next time, and have a great week.
Peace out.